Good evening, everybody. My name is Jorge Hernandez, your English tutor, and today is our space called "It's Time to Talk." Unfortunately, there are not any students here in order to speak, to try to practice your speaking abilities. So I'm going to give some examples, some ideas, to give some important keys in order for you to have a better approach, a better knowledge, a better handle of this important language, the English. So we are going to start today. We are going to start watching a video. I'm going to share with you a video. This one, wait a minute, and I'm going to share with you a video. It's about, it's made by Bobby Flynn. Bobby Flynn. He's a man who makes some YouTube videos and TikToks, which are very interesting, very funny, because if you watch the video, you are going to understand that pronunciation in English is not so easy. So it's very important to practice, to try to improve our pronunciation, because this is a key factor, a fundamental factor in order to improve our English, the pronunciation. And we can improve that skill practicing, listening, and repeating. Okay. What you can listen to videos, YouTube videos, series, movies, songs, and you are going to understand. You are going to improve your listening, and as a result of that, you are going to improve your pronunciation. So we are going to watch this video. Wait a minute. This one. And we're going to pay attention.
So this word is heat,
which means this word is
heed. No, it's head. You know, it's head. That's why.
okay.
Which means this word would be,
So it'd be bed.
no, it's bead. Why would you think? It's because it's like heat, not head. Bead. That's why. Which means if you add an R to bead, you get
Breed.
no, it's bread. You don't see how? It's because it's like head, not heat. Bread. That's why.
Okay.
Which means this word would be
Breck.
no.
Break.
No, it's break. You don't see how? Break. Let me try to be more clear. This word is,
Break.
which means this word is,
Frake.
no, it's freak. You don't see how? Break. Freak. See what I mean?
Okay. Wait a minute. Okay. Okay, taking into account this video, you can understand that sometimes or people say, okay, English is so difficult, and it's absolutely right in cases like this. Okay, when you have to pronounce, when you are learning how to pronounce some sounds, some words in English, you are going to say, oh my God, it's very difficult. It's so hard to learn English. Uh, however, however, based on the repetition, on the practicing, you are going to improve your pronunciation. You are going to improve that skill. Okay. after practicing a lot, you are going to understand and you are going to comprehend that pronunciation is difficult, but you can improve. You are going to acquire that skill in a better way. Okay. When you watch this video, you are going to think, okay, I have a word that I know, and I'm going to pronounce a word like this similar word in the same way. Sometimes and often it's not right. It's not the correct one. So we are going to share again the video. And I'm going to stop.
This word is
okay.
Heat.
I'm going to stop. I'm going to explain. Okay, for example, he starts with this word. Okay, he starts with this word. Okay, what happened here with this word? He starts with this word, heat. Maybe you know how to pronounce this word, and you're going to say hit. Okay, hit. And that's right. That's the correct way. Okay, but you're going to find another word with the same combination, mixing of words, of letters, and you think you are going to deduce that you have to pronounce that word in the same way. But it's not correct all the time. It's not right all the time. Okay, let's continue.
So this word is
Heat.
which means this word is.
And this is the example. We have a similar word. The only thing changed here is the final letter. Instead of a T, it's a D. And you are going to deduce, okay, if I say hit, I'm going to say hit. No, I'm going to change the final letter. No more hit with a T and hit with a D. And that's right. No, that's not right. That's completely wrong because you don't pronounce hit. No, you say head. So the first word is hit. The second one is head. Okay, and it's the same combination of letters. E-A, E-A. The first one you say hit. In the second one you say head. Let's continue.
Heed.
No, it's head. it's head. That's why.
Okay.
Which means this word would be.
And now, look at this. Look at this. The man is changing the first letter. Instead of an H, he is changing the H for a B. And of course, if you know that the word head is pronounced like this, head, you are going to think, okay, if I find this word, I'm going to pronounce bed, bed, no? Head, bed. But pay attention.
So it'd be bed.
No, it's bead.
And here we have, this word is pronounced like bead, no? Here, the combination of EA is like hit, no? In the first word, hit, beat is the same, okay? Let's continue.
Why would you think? It's because it's like heat, not head. Bead. That's why. Which means if you add an R to bead.
And now we have a similar word, the same combination, EA. In Spanish, EA. Okay? So, when we have the last word, we say beat. So, I add an R. I suppose, no? If I'm not sure, I am going to suppose, I'm going to deduce that I'm going to pronounce this word like breathe. Of course, no? Of course, I'm going to pronounce like bread. But look at this. Look at this.
You get breed? No, it's bread.
And if you could listen to the man, he said bread. The correct pronunciation of this word is bread. Okay, bread, bread. In this case, the combination of EA is like an E, bread, bread. Let's continue.
You don't see how? It's because it's like head, not heat. Bread. That's why.
Okay.
Which means this word would be
Breck.
And now he's only changing the final, the last letter. Instead of a D, he is writing a K, K. So if you know the pronunciation of breed, you are going to suppose that if you change instead of a D, a K, you are going to pronounce brick, no? Brick, or break, or bread, no? So in this moment, you are not sure. You are not sure because you are thinking, okay, I'm going to pronounce this like brick, break, brick, or bread, because until now, we have listened to two types of pronunciation of this combination EA. Hit or head, bread or bread. But here, in this case, in this word, is completely different. You are not going to say brick, and you are not going to say break, break, break. No. In this case, you are going to pronounce
be
Breck.
no.
Breek.
No, it's break. You don't see how? Break. Let me try to be
Okay.
more clear. This
okay, it's break. In this case, the pronunciation EA is like an A, break, break. Okay. Look at this. It's difficult. It's difficult. I understand that, but when you in English, it's different from other languages. For instance, as I have said previously in the previous session, when you find an L in Portuguese, you always pronounce like Brasil, ¿no? You are not going to say Brasil. En portugués lo pronunciamos Brasil. Esa L se pronuncia como una U al final, siempre. In English, it's different. You are going to find an E and you can pronounce like I, like E, or you are not going to pronounce. Okay, let's continue.
word is
Break.
which means this word is freak.
Okay, and look at this. We have another word, another similar word. We find break and we find this one, but I'm not going to pronounce. If you find the first word and you know that the correct pronunciation of that word is break, break, of course, you are going to suppose, you are going to deduce, okay? Because you are intelligent, you are a smart person, you are going to deduce that the correct pronunciation of this word is freak, okay? Taking into account that the previous one is break, no? Break, freak. I suppose so. Or most of people suppose so, but that's not the correct pronunciation of this word. Okay, let's listen.
Is freak. No, it's freak.
Okay, in this
You don't see how?
case, the correct pronunciation is freak. Look at this. Two similar words. The letters that change here is the first one and the last one. But the combination is the same, R-E-A. In the first case, break. In the second case, freak. Okay?
Freak. Freak. See what I mean?
Okay, guys. So when you watch a video like this, And when you realize that pronunciation is not so easy in English, you are going to you have to try to practice more because you have to listen to the words because if you listen that a word like one of the last ones, break, is pronounced like this, break, you are going to learn that. And you're going to learn that by heart. When I say by heart, de memoria, ¿no? In English, para decir de memoria, decimos by heart, learn by heart. You're going to learn by heart, and it's something that it's going to be so mechanic that you are going to repeat it without thinking a lot, ¿no? Con el paso del tiempo, ustedes aprenden de tanto escuchar las palabras, ya saben cómo se pronuncian las palabras y eso se vuelve algo mecánico que lo van a decir sin pensar mucho, ¿no? But, however, pero, ojo, hay palabras que no conocemos, esas que las escuchamos nosotros, ya sabemos cómo se pronuncian, ¿no? Lo que yo les decía a ustedes, por ejemplo, nosotros encontramos cualquiera de nosotros, tenga el nivel C1, tenga el nivel A1, encontramos la palabra house, encontramos la palabra iPhone y la vamos a pronunciar correctamente. ¿Por qué? Porque la hemos escuchado N veces. Y esas N veces la hemos escuchado cómo se pronuncia. Entonces ya sabemos. Entonces ya nosotros nos ponemos a pensar a cómo pronunciar a esto. No, ya la sabemos. Decimos house, iPhone, porque la hemos escuchado muchas veces. Sin embargo, hay palabras que no las hemos escuchado. Y esto le pasa a todos, inclusive a nosotros como profesores de inglés, English teachers. We don't know all the words in English. No conocemos todas las palabras del inglés. Hay muchas palabras que no hemos visto, que nos encontramos en alguna lectura, en algún texto por primera vez y tenemos no tenemos la certeza, la seguridad. Esta palabra se pronuncia así, ¿no? Hacemos lo mismo que hicimos en este ejercicio. O sea, uno conoce una palabra similar y entonces uno dice, ah, no, esa palabra se debe pronunciar así, ¿cierto? Para eso, entonces, I'm going to share with you a tool, an important tool that you have, this one. Hoy día, anteriormente era muy diferente de cómo aprendía uno la pronunciación de las palabras porque era a través de la fonética, ¿no? Eran unos símbolos que encontraba uno en los diccionarios, en los libros y sabía cómo se pronunciaban las palabras. Sin embargo, hoy día ya no necesitamos conocer esa fonética, ¿no? Sino que a través de recursos como este Word Reference, que es un diccionario, y así como este hay muchos diccionarios que nos brindan esta ayuda. For instance, I'm going to write a word like this, break. Ok, voy a buscar una palabra como esta, mire. Acá, bueno. En un momento, acá vamos a encontrar diccionarios en todos los idiomas. Este word reference, y así hay muchos, en todos los idiomas, inglés, español, español, inglés, 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 bueno, todos los idiomas, entonces podemos encontrarlos. Y acá vamos a buscar una palabra como esta, ¿sí ven? Acá la encontramos. Entonces acá nos dice, ya el diccionario es muy completo, es una herramienta muy completa que nos brinda muchas cosas. Entonces nos dice, mire, esta es la palabra y nos dice acá está la escritura de cómo se pronuncia, ¿no? Mire, ¿cómo se pronuncia? Break, así como está acá, break, ¿sí ve? Break. Y acá nos hace esta diferenciación, United Kingdom, United States. Entonces nos dice los dos grandes acentos. Sabemos que en el inglés hay dos grandes acentos, ¿no? Hay muchos más, pero los dos más grandes, los más reconocidos son el acento británico, UK, United Kingdom, o British, y el acento americano, US, the United States of the American accent, ¿no? Entonces, como los dos acentos tienen diferencias, entonces el diccionario, esta herramienta, encarga de decirnos cómo se pronuncian cada uno de ellos. En este caso, esta palabra se pronuncia igual en los dos acentos. Break, break. Aunque acá nos dice que hay algunas ocasiones en que se puede pronunciar como una A, ¿cierto? Nos dice, además de eso, nos dice que el significado, mire, entonces break significa romper. Y nos dice que con esta V que la encontramos acá y acá, que es un verbo. Mira, ahí está la explicación. Verbo transitivo, verbo que requiere de un objeto directo. ¿Sí ve? Además de eso, nos da otros significados, además de romper o quebrar. Entonces dice que para cuando se fractura un hueso, entonces se dice break. En sentido figurativo, ¿qué significa? Cuando algo está roto, que dejó de funcionar, stop functioning, entonces break también se utiliza y muchas más acepciones, muchas más utilizaciones, usos de esa palabra. Y no lo muestra también dentro de contextos, ¿no? O sea, dentro de oraciones. If you play ball in the house, you will break something. Si usted, o si tú, o si usted juega la pelota dentro de la casa, vas a romper algo, con la respectiva traducción. ¿Sí ve? Además nos dice que ese break también tiene otros usos cuando no es un verbo, que es un sustantivo. Mire, ¿sí ve? Entonces acá está cuando es un sustantivo, nos dice que break significa receso o pausa. Y aquí entonces vamos atando cabos, ¿no? Cuando estamos por allá en un congreso, en una reunión, en una actividad, dicen, vamos a hacer un break, ¿sí? Acá esta es la palabra. Vamos a hacer una pausa, un descanso, vamos a hacer un break, ¿sí? Y hay muchas palabras así que se han convertido en de diario uso y que muchas veces nosotros las utilizamos y no sabemos por qué las utilizamos, ¿no? Hay muchas personas que dicen, bueno, vamos a hacer un break, pero no tienen la certeza, no tienen la conciencia de que ese break significa vamos a hacer una pausa, un receso en inglés, ¿sí? Entonces, importante esta herramienta. Además de eso, entonces podemos escuchar la palabra. Yo les comparto acá el sonido. Entonces acá está, mira, acá está el sonido, entonces está el break, están los significados de ese verbo, están los ejemplos y acá entonces está la pronunciación, nos dice listen, acá podemos escuchar y lo podemos escuchar entonces con los diferentes acentos, UK, US, UK, RP, UK, Yorkshire, UK, Scottish, UK, US, Southern, Irish, Jamaican. Mire, entonces hay de el acento británico, el acento de Estados Unidos, un acento que es propio de los británicos también, que es de la BBC, de BBC, de Yorkshire, que también es un acento de allá de Inglaterra, de una región de Inglaterra, el escocés, el del sur de Estados Unidos, el irlandés, el jamaicano o jamaiquino, y hay muchos otros, hay australiano, neozelandés, hay muchos acentos más. Y podemos escuchar las palabras como se pronuncian en cada uno de ellos. Podemos cambiar al UK, al acento británico, y nos dice, ¿sí ve? Vamos al de Jamaica. Y acá ya hay una diferencia, ¿sí? Ellos no dicen break, sino dicen break. ¿Sí? Entonces es importante tener este tipo de herramientas. Ahora, este tipo de herramientas es muy útil, no el traductor, porque el traductor coge y le hace todo el trabajo por usted. Sí, son muy buenos los traductores hoy en día, no lo podemos negar. Pero entonces si usted le dice tradúzcame esto, pues no está haciendo ningún ejercicio, no está aprendiendo nada. Entonces es importante que utilicemos este tipo de herramienta, porque vamos a aprender la pronunciación, vamos a aprender el significado y vamos a aprender ejemplos, oraciones o palabras dentro de oraciones, dentro de contextos que son muy importantes. Entonces pueden utilizar esta o pueden utilizar cualquier otra herramienta. Okay, I'm going to stop share here. Okay, let's continue, guys. So I'm going to share again my PowerPoint presentation. This one, share. I'm going to share my screen. And not this one, not this one. And here we have some examples about the pronunciation, okay? About the English pronunciation. And here we have a first example, the first one. Look at this. We are going to to try to pronounce these three words. These three words. Look at these words. Maybe there are some similarities among them, among those words. You're going to try to pronounce. I don't know. Maybe you know these words, maybe you don't know. Okay? But we're going to try to pronounce these words. Okay. I don't know. Maybe you have some difficulties or you hesitate about how to pronounce these words, but you are going to listen to me, okay? Here, I emphasize in one letter, I, no? Because these three words have the I, the letter I. So the first one, I'm going to pronounce like king, king, okay? So this word, this letter, I, the letter I, Spanish, es pronunciada como una I, ¿no? Aquí la pronunciamos como una I. Now, the second one. The correct pronunciation of this word is kind, kind, okay? So here, we pronounce this like I. Here, like I, king. Here, like I, kind. And now, the third example, the third word. And look at this, pay attention. Juice, juice. What happens? Juice, juice. Okay? If you pay attention to my pronunciation, you were able to understand, you were able to realize that I didn't pronounce the letter I or E in this word. I say juice, okay? So it's interesting, no? In these three words, we have the letter I, but the pronunciation in each one of them is different. The first one is I, king. The second one is I, kind. And in the third one, you don't pronounce the letter I, okay? King, kind, juice. Okay, here, this is an example of the letter I too, but it's related to the difference among the pronunciation at the beginning of the word, because these two words start with an I, but the pronunciation is different. However, you know these words, you have listened to these words, and you're not going to make a mistake. You're going to say important iPhone, important iPhone. Why? Because you have listened to these words so many times that you are not going to make a mistake. Okay? Como la hemos escuchado tanto estas palabras, estamos tan acostumbrados a estas palabras, no vamos a cometer el error en la pronunciación. Y estas sí, a pesar de que están las dos I al principio de la palabra, se pronuncian diferente, ¿no? Important iPhone. Pero no vamos a equivocarnos porque la hemos escuchado mucho. Now, we have another word, this one. And this is, I don't know, but it's a complex or a very complicated word to pronounce. Because you must take into account that there are different ways of pronunciation. Taking into account the accent, but there are two possible ways of pronunciation. You can say comfortable, comfortable, or comfortable, 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 okay? It's not so easy. It's not so easy to pronounce this word, comfortable or comfortable. You can listen to those two kinds of pronunciation, and both of them are correct. You can say, or you are going to listen to one person saying comfortable, and that's correct. And you're going to say the same person Another person saying comfortable, and that's correct. There are many words that can be pronounced in different ways, okay? In different ways. I'm going to clarify this. Aquí tengo que hacer entonces la claridad. Entonces, anteriormente a uno le decían, bueno, vamos a estudiar o vamos a aprender inglés británico. Entonces decía, vamos a aprender inglés americano. Hoy día no se hace como esa separación y eso, porque pues ya estamos expuestos a los dos idiomas, tanto el americano como el británico. Así como vemos una serie británica, podemos ver una serie americana y estamos escuchando los dos tipos de acentos al mismo tiempo y vamos a aprender los dos, ¿no? Ya posteriormente voy a explicar en otra sesión cuáles son las diferencias entre los acentos. Pero entonces podemos escuchar los dos sin importar, los dos vamos a aprender. Y hay algunos casos en que las palabras las podemos escuchar de dos maneras diferentes. No vamos a decir que una está mal, otra está bien. Ambas son correctas porque en el acento al cual pertenece o el cual usa esa persona es la forma adecuada de decirlo. ¿Ok? And we're going to finish this slide with 3 words with different letters, T, S, H, and T, but the pronunciation is similar, okay? Here is the same letter with different pronunciation. The same letter with different pronunciation. Here, it's different letters with the same pronunciation, okay? So when I say natural, natural, or shame, shame, or composition, composition. Here we have some sounds that don't exist in Spanish, okay? In English and in different language, we can find some sounds that we can't find in Spanish. Hay algunos sonidos que son propios de cada idioma, ¿no? Creo que siempre hemos escuchado que los franceses o el francés es un idioma muy nasal, ¿no? Hay muchas palabras que se pronuncian así, ¿no? Porque hay unas Ns y hay otros sonidos que son nasales, ¿no? Entonces hay que pronunciarlos así. En el inglés también pasa lo mismo, hay unos sonidos que son muy propios y no existen en el español. Por ejemplo, nosotros no tenemos la combinación SH, tenemos la combinación CH. Pero esa CH es una combinación dura o fuerte que nosotros pronunciamos con palabras como chorizo, ¿cierto? Chunchuya, ¿cierto? Chicharrón. Son palabras con esa CH muy fuerte. Acá esta es una pronunciación de esa combinación, pero es como más suave. Natural, shame, composition. ¿Sí? Natural, shame, composition. Entonces, esto es lo que tenía en cuenta, lo que quería compartirles con ustedes en cuanto a pronunciación, ¿sí? Letras que se pronuncian de manera diferente de acuerdo a la palabra, ¿cierto? Y otras son letras diferentes que se pronuncian igual, ¿sí? Palabras, hay unas palabras que son complejas de pronunciar. Tenemos acá comfortable, tenemos una como vegetable, vegetales, es una palabra que no es fácil, vegetable. Y hay otras palabras sí que son difíciles porque hay, como les digo, hay sonidos, hay combinaciones que en el español no existen. Entonces nosotros debemos esforzarnos un poco para poder lograr esa pronunciación. ¿Ok? Ok, guys. Let's continue. Okay, now I had a question for you. Because there are not any students here, I'm not going to have the opportunity to listen to you answering this question. But here you have to, or you must answer this question. Why are you studying English? Why are you in this English course? Why? You want to learn English? You want to improve your English? Or why you want to improve your English? Why do you want to learn English? Why do you want to practice English? Why do you want to improve your English? What are the reasons to study English, to take an English course like this? Because you want to improve your English, you want to travel abroad, you want to apply for a scholarship, you want to apply for some time of access at the university in a foreign country, I don't know. But if you have a reason to study English, it's better. It's better. It's better to have a good reason, to have a motivation, or to have an objective at the moment of studying English. It's quite well because you have a reason, you have a why, no? Okay, of studying this important language. And we can find, or we can say, too many reasons, no? Too many reasons, because I need to get a diploma, I need to get a better job, I need to travel abroad, I need to go to work abroad, I need to apply for scholarship. I don't know, but those reasons are quite important in order for you to study a language like this. Maybe you can answer this question when you watch this video. Okay, I'm going to stop sharing this PowerPoint presentation, and I'm going to, oh my gosh. Wait a minute, this one, because there are another questions to answer. I'm going to share with you some questions that I like you to answer, no? To answer. Besides of why are you studying English? And here we're going to find some questions, some interesting questions. Let me see here. This one. Okay. We have some minutes in order to answer some questions. So I'm going to ask questions like this in order for you to answer them. Okay? For instance, I'm going to spill my wheel and I'm going to say, okay, what is your email address? Okay? When we do this type of exercise, you can practice. Of course, you're going to practice your English, but you're going to try to understand the question, and you're going to try to answer the question. Okay? When we have a question like this, it's easier to answer the question because you have some words, some ideas, okay, which are the basis of the answer, no? For example, what is your address? Your email address. So you are going to answer, my email address is. So you are going to reorganize the question and you are going to change a little words or some words and you are going to answer, okay? So for instance, what is your email address? Okay, and the answer would be, my email address is jorgehugo.hdec@unat.edu.co. Okay. When you answer the question, you are going to use vocabulary, so you are going to practice your vocabulary. You're going to practice how to organize sentences, okay? Another one. Okay, let's see what question. What is your favorite country? These questions are not so difficult, okay? These questions are easy, and I suppose you can answer these questions easily. What is your favorite country? Okay, so this question you are going to use the same words, but reorganizing some of them in order to answer. What is your favorite country? My favorite country is. Okay. What is your favorite country? My favorite country is. Okay, this is an opportunity to explain something about pronunciation too. Okay, in this case, I'm saying, what is your favorite country? Okay, I am speaking a little fast, okay, a little slow, sorry. I'm speaking a little slow in order for you to understand the pronunciation, to understand the words. But in real language, in daily life, people are not going to say, what is your favorite country? No, this is one sentence, no more. What is your favorite country? What is your favorite country? So, yeah, if I, what is, I'm going to join the words. I'm not going to say what is, no, what is, or what is, what is, or what is. What is your favorite country? What is your favorite country? It's only one sentence. No, I'm not going to say what is your favorite country. No, what is your favorite country? Okay, it's important. Another one. And spill the wheel. Let's see what word, what question. How old are you? And look at this. I emphasize here the pronunciation. How old are you? But the real language, how old are you? How old are you? How old are you? It's only one sentence. So I have to pronounce like one sentence. How old are you? I'm not going to say, how old are you? But in my case, because I am teaching and you are students, you are learning, I'm going to emphasize the pronunciation. How old are you? But in real language, you have to understand that it's faster. People are going to speak faster, so they are going to say, how old are you? Okay. And sometimes, how old are you and how are you? People are going to pronounce similarly, no? Sometimes, because they speak so fast. No? How old are you? How are you? How old are you? How are you? So you have to pay attention in order to identify what question is. How old are you? How are you? How old are you? How are you? Okay. And here we are asking for the age. No? How old are you? I am 50 years old. And you? How old are you, guys? How old are you? You are 14 years old. You are 16 years old. You are 20 years old. Okay, and the last one, the last question. I'm going to spill the wheel. And the last question is, why are you studying English? Oh my gosh. Look at this. Why are you studying English? Okay. Why? The reasons to study English. This is a very common question. Because when you do something, you have to think about why you are doing that. Okay. So if you are taking an English course, let me know, why are you studying English? Why? What are the reasons to study English? What are the reasons to pay some money in order to take a course? Okay. And you have to take advantage of the course. You have to take advantage of these spaces because you have here the opportunity to speak in English and you are not here. What happened? What happens, guy? Okay. So why are you studying English? When we are asking questions, there are some important clues. For instance, when we ask why, you are going to answer with because, no? Why are you studying English? Because I am, or because I need English to travel, because I need English to apply for a scholarship. Okay? Okay, pay attention. Pay attention. Be very, very careful with this. Okay, guys, I'm going to erase this one. I'm going to stop sharing this Well, and I think that's all for tonight. This session is over. I hope we can see you next time, next Wednesday at 6 p.m. And that's all, guys. See you. Bye-bye.